Justin Marr making his way now to the cage, fighting out of Underdog MMA under Adel Lalick. You see Adel ahead of him there in the walkout. He told me he's been working on closing the gaps in the holes of his game since his last RFC fight. Didn't go necessarily the way he'd like, but he does have a very strong Muay Thai style. He trained Taekwondo since he was a kid, and he's a guy that loves to start slow, methodical. He takes his time. He's a tactician, a very, very skilled Muay Thai practitioner, and you see now just an absolute physical specimen. Makes his way up to the cage side now and will make his rounds as we usher in the next opponent making their walkout.
And his opponent making his way to the red corner, McDonald.
Ryan McDonald now makes his way to the cage. Another strong Muay Thai practitioner. It's good that they're in Muay Thai, right? That's knees, elbows allowed. And this one, by the way, at 135 pounds, very good walkout song too. I was not able to find much on him. He was a man of few words. I reached out for comment, didn't get anything back, but I was able to see that he does have a lot of fights. He's an AFL vet. That's a Muay Thai promotion around here. He'll take one to give you two. He's got a lot of volume, a lot of pressure. Again, very strong Thai style, but he doesn't fight well moving backwards. So this one, a stylistic matchup for the ages. He's also got a very very good 1-2 down the pipe. So we'll see if he can use that tonight against Ryan McDonald. This should be a fun one. Here we go, he makes his way to the cage. Let's throw it over to Mike Falvo in the cage to make this one official.
The action continues on the card for Illyrian Fight Night with our upcoming contest, 3 2-minute rounds at 135 pounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Underdog Mixed Martial Arts, Justin Marr. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, representing Mosseri Muay Thai, Ryan McDonald. The man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. J.P. Zuniga.
Excuse me, okay, so this is a kickboxing bout. Had it on the bout sheet as Muay Thai, so I apologize about the incorrect information. Still, both these guys have a history steeped in Muay Thai, and you're going to see it there. Right there, already McDonald light on that lead leg. A lot of clinching here early. You would have thought that would have been the case again with both of these guys' backgrounds. Referee separates them. And we've seen this out of McDonald before. He loves to come in. He loves to kind of utilize those boxing combinations, utilize that light lead leg to come in. And he'll give a couple and then just kind of glide out of range. McDonald happy to give one to take two. And vice versa. Both these guys trading. Nice knee up the middle line there by McDonald. And big, strong, physical shots by Marr. And we are seeing a quintessential Muay Thai bout here. Referee breaks up the action. A lot of lead hand touching as well. 30 seconds left. Round number one. Nice shot over the top by McDonald. And Marr continues to look for that clinch. That's what makes his skill set so unique and so streamlined, is he'll like to come in, again, off that light lead leg and start to drop down combinations. But if he can't get those, he always looks to clinch. So it is kind of a it's almost like an audible in football. Once he's in the pocket, he can decide what he wants to do. Nice shifting uppercut there by Marr. And that's round number 1. It's a good opening round by both guys. I'm not sure. There's some fights that you'll watch that you're not quite sure, who pulled away with, let's just say, the first, the second, or the third round. This is one of those fights. Wasn't quite sure who had it. Both guys had really good moments, specifically in the clinch, too. And you have to think, what were those gaps in the holes of Marr's game that he talked about, that he's been trying to fill under the tutelage of Adel Wallach? So far, it's looking like whatever those holes were, he's been able to fill them. Here we go, round number 2 of 3. Oh, swing and a miss there by McDonald. Marr still light on that lead leg. Perhaps we're going to see much more of a long-range second round, because a lot of the first was these guys trading in the pocket, but it looks like we're returning to normalcy. Good shots by Marr. Circles out before the counter by McDonald. And several times McDonald's landed that head kick. Although it has gone off the guard of Marr, you have to think that he sees something there, or has drilled something in the lead up to this fight that makes him think that he could cash in with that head kick. McDonald repeatedly going back to that front kick. That's a really good way to throw someone off their rhythm. I think we talked about that earlier on in the night. Leg kicks, front kicks, jabs, teep kicks. Any of that can be used to kind of, when someone's coming in, throw them off rhythm. Really good shots being exchanged by both these guys in the clinch. And Marr gets the last word with that knee there before the separation. And talk about a guy like Marr that's typically a slower starter. I mean, this is perhaps the pacing is what he was working on, because he is pushing a vicious pace. McDonald happy to oblige him in that pace. But it is those combinations that's just kind of making the difference. You could tell that McDonald's having just a little bit of trouble dealing with those. A little bit over 10 seconds left, round number 2. In what has been a really solid round for Marr. There's a body kick there as McDonald kind of glides out of the way, lands a knee. And that'll be the end of round number 2. So the pace slowed down just a bit, right, which is expected. I've actually been very pleasantly surprised with the cardio of our athletes tonight. A lot of guys haven't faded. And this fight seems to be no different. There you go, a little bit of spit dripping out of, I don't mean to put him on blast there, but a little bit of spit dripping out of the mouth of Marr, or excuse me, McDonald, as the camera pans away. But a big third round here. Thought you could have given that first. It was a very, very competitive fight, but I thought that first could have gone either way. I thought this last round you could probably give it to Marr, but we'll have to see who takes this third. So you're set to go for the last 2 minutes of this fight. And Marr coming out in a southpaw stance. That's going to open up a lot more opportunities. As he pilots McDonald in the clinch over to the cage side. Referee's going to separate them. Marr now taking his time. McDonald trying to throw him off with that front kick. Nice shots over the top by Marr. They tie up again. And McDonald's been landing knees of his own. And in the lead up to this fight, I did take a look at McDonald, and I do know that he does have trouble at times getting piloted or getting, for lack of a better term, bullied in the clinch, right? A lot of guys know that, see that, and utilize that quite frequently. And you see Marr here the same, right? He's able to kind of get McDonald to where he needs him, right there. And he's able to get him up against the cage side so he can drop down these knees. 50 seconds left, round number 3. Nice front kick out of McDonald. And this round 3 has been all Marr. Safe to say that he's filled those holes that he talked about. 30 seconds left. Marr pushing on the pressure, pushing the pace. McDonald trying to answer back with knees. Marr drops a shot over the top. With all likelihood, that'll take us to the end of this bout, barring something on the spectacular side happening from either man. And more of what the doctor ordered. Really good way to end it off for one Marr. What a showing for both men. Justin Marr looked really, really good. Improved a ton over the last fight he had in RFC. A credit has to go to him, and a credit has to go to Ryan McDonald for trying to fight his fight, for keeping the fight at distance when he could, and for having such a good first round. We'll see in a moment how the judges score this one. It's hard to see. I don't know if it was a Muay Thai fight because you don't see any of the prototypical knee or elbow protectors on the fighters, but there was a lot more clinching being allowed. Multiple knees in the clinch, so very kind of, there's like a gray area in terms of what rule set this fight took place under. I'm assuming it was kickboxing. But another way you slice it, we should be seeing a winner here soon. Just gotta wait for the judges to delegate. I think we got one more card coming in. And with that, let's throw it over to Mike Falvo in the cage.
And as always, fight fans, how about a round of applause for two great fighters? And now, after 3 hard-fought rounds of Muay Thai action, we go to the official scorecard. Judge number 1 has scored the fight 29-28 for Justin Marr. Judge number 2 scored the fight 29-28 in favor of Ryan McDonald. Judge number 3 has scored the fight 30-27 in favor of your winner by way of split decision. Out of the red corner, Ryan McDonald.
Very interesting there, 30-27. It was most certainly a competitive fight, and Justin Marr doesn't look like he's all too broken up about it. He is a consummate professional. I just don't know about a 30-27. I'm not taking anything away from either athlete. Ryan McDonald fought a fantastic fight, but a 30-27, very, very interesting. Very interesting.